So you do know you were second best, right?
You do know you were the default choice, right?
You do know you were plan B, the backup plan, girl.
You do know you just a rebound, right? Oh my God!
Hey guys, welcome to our channel. If you are new, if you are not new, welcome back, Sugar and Spice gang.
What it do, baby?
Good to see you again this week. So today we'll be doing a review of Put a Ring on It, the reunion. But before we get into that, if you don't know us already, I'm Sugar and this is
Spice.
If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to us and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever we do videos. Also, make sure you follow us on all our socials at Sugar and Spice 88 on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. All right, let's get into it.
So we start off with Egypt talking about Shon crying and talking about how emotional it was for him, and you know how he's really in tune with his emotions. And okay, like we all been there, done that. So then we go into Alexia.
Alexia, did you get what you came for?
How am I supposed to answer that question?
I don't know. Egypt was a little shady, but I mean, I guess she's just doing her job. Alexia actually says that one of the things that Dr. Nicole said to her that really resonated with her was an analogy or a metaphor. Like, you know, when you play basketball, would you bet against yourself? And Lexia's like, no, I would never. She's like, okay, well, what are you doing now? And Lexi's like, you know what? She's right. Like, I don't trust my gut. I don't go with my intuition. I leave suspicions on the floor and move on. And, you know, that's me betting against myself every time.
I think it's interesting that she differentiates Jessica's suspicions from Alexia's suspicions because she'll say feelings are not facts, but then you'll tell Alexia you're betting against yourself because you're not going with what you feel. Like, you're not going with your gut.
Like, I get it, because Jessica's was like her...
partially her insecurities.
Yeah, Jessica was projecting, like, yeah, because if he breaks up with her, if we break up right now, he's going to go into another whole phase. And that's you just projecting whatever insecurities that you may feel to protect yourself and just put everything on him and not take responsibility for whatever you're doing in a relationship. So I get it kind of a little bit. But a woman's intuition, when you're in the relationship, nah, y'all need to pay attention to that. You gotta pay attention to those feelings.
So then I just want to point out that Darion, when the host asked him, Darion, you know, you guys were together 14 years. What made you want to come and do an experience like this? Well, you know, I just wanted to get the whole experience. I wanted to get the full experience.
Okay.
And I did. Lex didn't say anything to you.
No.
You throwing shots at her out the gate talking about you got the full experience.
Yo.
What are you talking about? And it just proves that you're more worried about her than she is about you. And you're doing all of this to spite her.
Yo, you're extra mad, but you're the one who slighted her. Make it make sense. What are you mad about?
This is what narcissists do. When they don't get their way, they take it personally. And regardless of the circumstance, they don't get their way, they seek revenge because they feel like it's a slight against them.
You don't want to be my doormat? Oh,
you crazy.
Then Lex says that, you know, if it wasn't for the show, if it wasn't for this experience, we would probably be engaged. And I still, to this day, like, I would not have known that these things was going on.
I still kind of feel like he would have went and slept with Kyle behind her back because he was just way too enthralled with her. Like, he was just too into her. And obviously they had each other. Exactly. Obviously they had each other's numbers. It's come out after the show that he had cheated before when you guys were in a relationship. So it's not necessarily that you wouldn't have known. It's just that it was put in your face to where you couldn't ignore it.
You can't deny it anymore. Exactly.
So I feel like you kind of always knew. You already said you had your suspicion. It's just you didn't want to take heed to them.
Then Darion goes into some weird rant about everything he did was his gut and his ear telling him what to do, and everything.
So your gut told you to sleep with Kai, lie to Alexia. Your gut told you to do that.
Really?
So then they do a montage of Shon and LaRhonda's videos and all their experiences. And the host is talking to LaRhonda and says, what's one thing you learned about yourself? And she says that I didn't realize I was super enabling when it came to Shon's emotions, which is very true. I was glad she said that and realized about herself, because she does. Instead of giving him the opportunity to grow and, having to deal with,
be the man you want him to be.
Right, and think the thoughts fully through, like, okay, I'm bugging.
Yeah.
You just, oh, no, wait, no, don't cry.
You're
wait.
keeping him in that place.
You're coddling him.
No.
So then Egypt jumps in when ain't nobody asked her, because, girl, you're not an expert. Host the show, girl.
What is you talking about, Egypt? No.
That's loving somebody.
That's love right there.
There's a difference between loving and enabling.
Absolutely.
Two things can be true. You can do both at the same time.
You want him to be a certain kind of man. But then when he breaks down and he gets upset and throws these tantrums, you're rubbing his back and telling him it's okay.
Right.
But then you complain about him being that kind of person. Don't complain about him being insecure if you're going to coddle him and rub his back through it. Like, no.
It's just like a child. Every time you throw a tantrum, you give them what they want, they're going to keep throwing a tantrum because they know they're going to get what they want.
And then you keep saying you expect more of them, but then you're part of the reason and facilitating the negative behavior that you keep complaining about.
So then they bring out Sir James, Brittany, and Derek. Now, this is where it gets messy.
And
I was so confused at the shade because it was just like unwarranted. Like, where did this even come from?
Pretty much all my exes have kids, right? And I wasn't expecting to see Shon. Not trying to dish you, but I was like, man, I can't ever meet a woman that don't have kids.
You thought he was her son?
Yes, because I wasn't prepared for it. I was like, who is this?
You thought this grown man right here was her son?
Yes.
Why are you mad, sir?
What happened? So then now, of course, Shon got to say something back.
Bro, you play flag football in you 40s. Come on, man.
You say what?
You play flag football in you 40. Come on, bro. Grow up. If you calling me a kid, like, wait, what?
I also play professional.
Okay, you did back in the day.
Sweet.
Okay, for sure.
All right.
Okay, great.
I can still do it.
Got you. But you thought I was a kid.
Okay, sweetie.
All right, cool. We do it.
It's like, first of all, LaRhonda, just don't say nothing.
Oh, my God.
Second of all, and this is what we're talking about, like, stop interjecting yourself. Like, let these two men want to go at it, allow these two men to go at it, because guess who took the first shot? Sir James. Don't be calling me no kid. Second of all, why are you mad, though? Because she's not with you? Because you didn't get another date? Like, get off it.
Even if you really did think he was a child, which I don't know how you would, when he came to the door, right? That's something you tell your homeboys. You don't come on national television in front of him and his girl and be like, yeah, I thought he was a little kid.
No disrespect to you, though. And then come with all the disrespect. I just thought that really showed Sir James' character. Mm-hmm. And he really made himself look very foolish in doing that.
Egypt asked Shon and Brittany, how was their experience?
Shon is smiling from ear to
Shon,
ear.
Brittany's dope. Any man that gets her would just be so lucky.
So amazing.
And Brittany says she's doing this. She was feeling it. He was dope. He was charismatic. He was funny. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. It's a lot of energy.
And it was very misleading because last time we talked, he was finna take me to Florida. And LaRhonda in her corner like, cut it, sis. Ain't gonna happen. Never, ever, ever.
I was like, this was not if it would have been any segment, I would have thought been stuff popping off. Of course, it would have been Alexia and Darion, not Shon and LaRhonda. I was very confused by this whole situation.
Then Derek is like, I think LaRhonda is an amazing girl. Shon is very lucky to have her. We shared a lot of things in common. And Egypt is like, so, LaRhonda, what do you think about Derek?
Derek?
Yeah.
Derek is just such a dope person, and he's so handsome and amazing, and he's just like everything a girl could ever want. And
well, the internet streets were talking. They did say that you and Derek would make a nice couple.
Did they? I mean, if this guy over here wasn't, if I wasn't engaged to him or everything, he wasn't my whole fiance. Derek, you would definitely be on the roster.
You feel the heat from Shon or LaRhonda right now?
Yo!
He was like peering into her soul.
Crazy?
What is you doing,
You
Sam?
gonna tell another man that he would be on the roster while your fiance is sitting there and you got your engagement ring on?
This is too much. Like, then we go to Jessica and Eric, and we do a recap of them. Jessica says that she was surprised that she got the ring because they was doing a lot of arguing, a lot of back and forth, and she just didn't know if that's where they were going to end up. I did see somebody post somewhere and said, like, they felt like Jessica and Eric were not in a relationship anymore. And I could understand where they're coming from because they didn't seem...
Their energy was off.
Their energy was... I don't know if they got into an argument before they got here, but they were not in the best spirits for this reunion. But it looks like to me like they're still together.
A lot. To me, it felt like everyone's energy was off, pretty much except for Alexia, because I just felt like everybody was acting really weird. Like, it was just certain points of time where one person would say something and their partner would look at them like, you know. And it was just,
I think the process and watching it over, like, people
took a toll on them.
Yeah, they was really angry with each other.
Once y'all come to the end of the process and y'all engaged, and I'm all happy,
Now
and
you watch
then
it back.
You go back and you see him laying with Leilani in a salt cave, talking about, so what do you want to do next?
That's what
I don't
happened.
know.
Yeah.
What do you want to do next? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what you trying to do. It's like, what's that supposed to mean?
Exactly.
So it kind of takes you back a little bit. So that probably is what happened.
So then we bring out the exes, and pretty much they do another recap. So Jessica, after the recap, she said, you know, there was a lot of this going on. I ain't appreciate it. You know, I didn't like all that touching. And then Egypt was like, yeah, but you was just touching on Mr. Man's abs. So Eric, how that make you feel? Eric's like, yo, it was annoying, especially since she initiated it. I agree with him. Like, it was annoying. Then Egypt was like, you know, you guys, they did some great casting. You guys had some wonderful selections for these dates. And Eric was like, yeah, great selections. Great options. Okay, Tony the Tiger, relax, okay?
They're great.
Leilani is just saying, you know, all the touching, you know, that's just me. Like, I didn't mean anything about it.
Apparently she does that with everyone.
So then we go to Shon.
Do you think that if there was no Eric in the equation, that you and Jessica would have been able to take things further?
Oh, no doubt. For sure.
Why is she asking him that?
Because she's trying to get messy.
He is in the way.
She's
like, why are you asking questions that don't matter? Jessica is like, you know, I learned that I could be myself and somebody would still like me for who I am on the inside, not just for what I look like on the outside. Same thing.
It's the same conversation.
Same thing that we've already been talking about throughout the season.
So then, what you all came to hear, after they showed the montage, the host says, that's quite a road you guys went on. Darion's like, and still going. Boy. No, you're still going. Alexia says that it's hard to watch. She says before everything they had a friendship, and he's the last person she would ever expect to do this to him.
Girl,
how was he the last person when you had your suspicions already?
That's what kept her in that circle, that denial, that level of denial that she wants,
and that's why she
didn't
hold on to any deeper. She wanted to be able to have that little bit of, maybe I'm tripping.
Ignorance is bliss, and that's where she wanted to live.
Basically. Egypt says, but Darion, you know, it did seem like there was a turning point for you where you realized you were being really selfish, and, you know, it felt really heartfelt. It was heartfelt. But I was the one doing all the work out here. I was the one trying to fix everything. No, you weren't trying to fix anything. You were still just being as difficult as possible up until you cheated on her. And then you did everything you could to get her buttered up and get her on her good side because you knew what you did.
Yeah, those 10 days you was on your best behavior. You was doing all the work. You was ready to get rid of the condo. Those 10 days. But that was only after the fact of what you did. So
we're not gonna paint that picture like you were just out here working, fighting for your life, fighting for the relationship,
so
and she was
hard, working so hard.
Boy, please.
So then Darion was like, you know, at the end of the day, Lex be lying. She talking about I wouldn't have told her about Kai, and that I would have taken her all the way to the altar and she would have never known nothing about Kai. That's not true. I would have told her. So for her to say that is another one of her millions of lies.
I love Lex's energy because she just laughed at him. She was like, This man crazy.
He is though.
What's wrong with this fool? He is crazy.
OMG.
And it's like millions of lies. You're just saying anything to make yourself look like something.
And he wants to say, I didn't see marriage coming. It wasn't no marriage coming because we wasn't having good sex. So what? Okay. So Les is like,
I just want to point out that during the process, you were begging her for it. So don't say y'all don't have good sex. That was not the issue. So that also reiterates Lex's point, because she says, not that we weren't having good sex, we weren't having any, because I had my suspicions. Right. Which was good, because Darion is just as irresponsible as can be. We don't know what he's out here bopping and doing and could have brought back potentially to her. So that was a good call on her part. Also, Darion, let's be realistic. You are the type of person that would try to trap her into marriage and let that come out after the fact. After you already, well, we already married. What you want to do? Get on divorce?
Yo, Egypt was like, you had all the time in the world to tell the girl. So what are you talking about? You spent the whole 10 days. That's why Kai was pissed off, because you ghosted her and you never told her. You didn't tell her till after the closure day. So what is your excuse? You a lie.
And during the closure day, you forgot when Kai blurted it out. You was like, dang, she done.
Like, we don't know what that means.
Come on now. So then Alexia says, how am I the one being confused and saying that there was a ring coming, because you told Dr. Nicole after I said I didn't want to be with you, no, come on, help me, Dr. Nicole, help me, please. Because, I just want to come home, and I just want her to forgive me, help me. And you called all of production and told them, no, I'm trying to propose to her, but she won't talk to me. Help me out. Huh? And then Darion goes, facts. So you're just going to sit there and contradict yourself?
What are you on, sir?
Are you okay?
You're literally saying one thing and then saying the opposite like 5 minutes later.
What?
Lex says, like, you told me that it only happened once. Now, mind you, I don't care. At this point, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that he didn't tell you. It's the fact that it happened on TV. It's the fact that there was no respect. It's like all these things. So it doesn't matter how many times it happened. Too many things have happened.
But the thing that plays with me in my mind, he told me that happened once. Based off what was told to me, it happened multiple times.
I didn't say.
How many times did it happen, Darion? Darion, how many times did it happen?
Egypt with your unnecessary questions. It don't matter.
Oh, I'm Egypt, and I'm just trying to get some clarification.
Oh my God.
It's like.
So then Darion's like, no, it happened once that day. One time that day. Not once.
That happened that day.
It happened one time period?
No.
You told me one time period.
Let me answer
You said it in front of Dr. Nicole.
Let me answer it.
You said it happened one time.
I was talking about that one day. After that one day, it was over. That's the one time I meant.
Okay. What are we doing here? So now, Darion decides to come partially clean, I guess. He's saying it was going to be a ring. There was going to be a proposal. But because we couldn't fix it, that's why we split. So Lex is like, exactly. You hear what he said? He said that there was going to be all these things, but it's because I didn't take him back why nothing went further. So then Darion is just like, so then Egypt is just like, so are you two together or are you not together? So Darion's like, nah, we not together. And Lex is like, hell no. And then Egypt was like, well, Lex, you got all that energy right now, but you did take him back a couple times during these 14 years. So, I mean, I got to ask the question because...
Shady. Girl, the shade of it all.
I mean, Lex already admitted that once they got back home, she was still communicating with him. So it's like, that might have been a valid question.
And then Darion's like, by my choice. And it's just like, I don't know why Darion wants to control the narrative so bad. Like, why does it matter whose choice it is? If you don't want to be with her, if the sex is not good, then you should be happy, right?
If the sex is not good, if you're already in the hole, if you moved on and you're already with somebody better, so you claim, why are you still lying to her about how many times it happened and how it happened, all this stuff? Why does it even matter at this point? Who cares?
And then Egypt's like, well, at the end of the day, you guys still had 14 years. And Darion's like, it was 14 years of lies.
Of nothing.
And marriage was not coming. You just said you had a ring and you was ready to propose. Now marriage is not coming again?
You don't even remember what he said 5 minutes ago, girl.
Oh my God. Now we bring out Kai. Look, Jesus, the tension is thick. The tension is thick. So they do a recap and Lex's face is all turned up, the whole recap, and I don't blame her.
Because I wouldn't want to watch that.
It's a lot. Darion's like, Kai was like a breath of fresh air because, was always fighting at home. So
it was nice to have someone actually listen to.
Oh my
God. Shut up. You
still doing the most. So then Lex says, no disrespect to you. No disrespect to you. But
very classy.
But he would come home and he would talk about how she ain't nothing to worry about. He not even into you like that. He just went on a third date to piss me off and this, that, and the third. I mean, Lex, not for nothing. Obviously, that wasn't true because
you were losing your mind.
Yeah. So how were you believing it when he was saying like she's not nothing? If every single time you saw in the meetings that he was enjoying his time with her, you would visibly get pissed off. But that did get under Kai's skin. It was definitely a buildup of things that Lex was saying that was getting under Kai's skin. So then Egypt was like, what did you come here for, Kai? Like, what was your purpose? And Kai's like, I came here to find love. I came here to date. I came here to do what I needed to do. Girl,
why would... Unless you are trying to promote yourself or promote your brand, like how Britney did with her music.
Right.
I don't see why you, being the other party, would seriously come on the show looking for love. You don't date someone that's in a relationship to find love. That makes no sense whatsoever.
And Kai was like, well, he told me that he was leaving Lex and he didn't want to be with her. So then Egypt was like, but there was a ring. There was a ring. He told everybody that he wanted to propose to her.
What you got to say about that, girl?
How you feeling now?
Egypt was so messy. Yo, Egypt was so messy. So you do know you were second best, right?
You do know you were the default choice, right?
You do know you were plan B, the backup plan, girl.
You do know you just a rebound, right? Oh my God!
Egypt, are you and Lex friends? What's happening?
Oh my God! I'm here for it because it's like Kai keeps
somebody needs to tell her.
She keep acting so far removed, like she don't understand like her part and how she's wrong. So yeah. Like, give it to her saucy. I'm not mad at it.
You just are using your whole, I don't feel like I did anything wrong. I don't owe her anything. You're using all of these little side chick statements to basically escape culpability, to escape accountability for what you did. You know you're wrong.
So then Egypt asked her, like, so how soon into these dates, like, how soon did you guys sleep together? Kai's like, Darion? What?
So since you're just so innocent and you didn't do anything wrong, why do you feel the need to avoid the question?
Right.
Why can't you just answer it truthfully?
Right.
Why do y'all need to get y'all stories together?
You're so innocent. You did nothing wrong, right?
And now Darion answers, it was the third date. But you told Lex on the show it was the fourth date.
And so did Kai. Kai told the confessional that was the fourth date. And y'all was just saying the fourth date so y'all could seem like, y'all wasn't rushing into bed too.
So if the relationship was over and you told her I told her everything was over between me and you, like, if everything was just so free and clear, y'all did nothing wrong. Why y'all lying?
Mm-hmm. And this makes a lot of sense for why when it was all, I'm not the help, when all of that was happening, when she was out here about to down A-Town stomp on us.
Stomp in the yard.
Listen, when all that was happening, it makes sense because y'all had already slept together. That's why she had all that energy for you. She was like, now you need to make a decision. You need to choose because you already had this cat. So now.
We said it in our review. Go check that out.
We called that. Egypt asked more messy questions. So how many times did y'all sleep together? Kai's like, more than twice.
We knew.
Girl, we know. And then, Lex is like, see, I told you, like, it was more than once. Like, then Egypt asked, why didn't you give them room to work out their process?
I did. I gave him plenty of time.
She did do that, Egypt. She did. She gave
Darion over there. You ain't do nothing wrong. You
was a good girl.
Date 1. Don't you want to come be free with me? This is your time to be free.
Oh my gosh.
How would you feel if I kissed you? Date 1.
That was date 1. Where's the room? You was serving yourself on a silver platter. Like, what are you talking about?
Date 4. Well, do you want to be with me or you want to be with her?
Right.
Where was the room?
There was no room.
Whew, the delusion is real.
It is. So Idris like, well, do you still communicate with Darion? And Kai's just like, well, we in a relationship.
I just want to point out that as soon as she said we're in a relationship, Darion turns and looks at Alexia for her reaction.
Kai, do you still communicate with Darion?
We're in a relationship.
And you know why? Because he's doing all of this to spite her. You don't want Kai. You don't care. You thought she was fine, and you wanted to hit that.
You just want to come home to
don't
relax.
care.
She was like, well, do you feel like you was the rebound? Kai talking about something. Well, I can't say that I am because I don't know what was said. What does knowing what was said have to do with being a rebound? He literally hopped from over here to over there. Chick, you're the rebound.
I just love how she just created a whole story and narrative in her head that takes all responsibility for him. Well, he said that him and Alexia were not together. Okay, on date 2, she was saying let go of hands. On date 3, y'all was talking about, how they was still arguing and yay, da-da-da-da. On date 4, when you was telling him, well, you need to pick between, me and her, he was saying, but that's my girl. I love her. I want to marry her. So at what point in the process did you think that he was a single man? I am confused. What made you think he was single? That don't even make sense. And not for nothing, you just met this man.
Right. So
you're just believing everything he says off top, even though the process specifically is designed for you to date someone in a relationship. But somehow that you missed it. That went over your head, girl. I don't.
Kai's like, so do you think that we're in a relationship to get back at you in some sort of way?
Lex is, I know him, and yes, girl. You're a pawn.
Yes.
So then Darion, unprovoked, nobody was even directing a question towards him. We were supposed to come back on the show. We were supposed to come back on our reunion, and I'm supposed to propose to Lex.
What? Boy.
So let me get a shirt.
So Lex is like, you heard that? Did you hear what he just said? She know that. Kyle, you knew that, right? She know that already.
Kyle, I didn't know not a.
So then Egypt was like, at the end of the day, the closure meeting was there for a reason. He was there to break it off with you. And you got to know that Alexia was his first choice. So, because he wanted to propose to her.
How does that make you feel?
Yo, this is crazy. Kai is like, well, honestly, it makes me feel some kind of way, but I owe you nothing.
I didn't do anything wrong.
I am innocent.
Nobody asked you if you did anything wrong. Nobody said you owed anything to Alexia. It's just about morals in general. It's just wrong.
What do you owe yourself, Kai?
It is morally wrong to sleep with someone that you know has a significant other.
But where's your self-respect?
So when the next girl comes up for titsing around and she decides to slide up on Darion, since y'all in a relationship now, right? Don't get mad at her, right? Because she didn't do anything wrong.
She owes you nothing. So Lex is like, how did you not do nothing wrong? You slept with my man at the time. So how are you not doing anything wrong?
Darion, I was not your man. Darion. It's two people in there.
Yeah.
And they arguing back and forth. And it's like, just be quiet.
It's concerning. So Kyle was like, well, you called me thirsty. And Lex is like, he called you that. What are you talking about?
Sis, you were serving parched. You were serving dehydrated.
You were serving Sahara.
I need electrolytes. So
Lex is like, thanks, Kai. Thank you for being the trash lady to take my trash out. Trash lady. Thank you. Thank you.
Now when Alexia said trash lady, I took it as, you know how you might see the trash guy picking up the trash. You'll say, oh, that's the trash man. not like, oh, he's a trash man. That's how I feel like Lex was saying it. And then Kai's like, well, you're trash.
Nah,
like, since she wasn't calling, I mean,
she meant it both ways.
You know, it was a double.
You're trash.
It was a double entendre.
I don't care.
But I'm saying that's not how Lex meant it. You're trash. Kai is so ready to defend herself because she knows she's in the wrong.
Yeah.
So she just keeps jumping out the freaking window at Lex.
So now Kai leaves. She's storming off stage. She's like, I gotta take a break. So then we hear them in the bathroom. Kai, you can't see for yourself that you was the rebound sis?
Ooh,
you need him to tell you that? I can tell you that.
You fought so hard for this man that you knew was cheating on his current girlfriend. And you thought it was going to get better for you.
It's just crazy how you really think you're going to get a different type of man than the man that he's shown you.
I'm confused.
He's showing you who he is.
Flabbergasted.
So then Egypt got to go backstage, and she's like, listen, I feel like Darion is the person, is the main denominator. You guys don't have an issue with each other. The issue is him.
That's not... Egypt, I don't know if we're trying to be like, I don't know, diplomatic, I guess. But it's just like... Or maybe she was saying whatever she needed to say to get the scoop. Yeah. You know? But, girl, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and then...
Okay, so Kai goes into it and she says, Alexia has every right to feel how she feels. Yeah. But that don't have nothing to do with me.
Girl, what? And she was talking all this trash about me. Darion was telling me, why do you keep saying everything that he's saying is as true? Right. Like, he's a liar. So he says whatever he needs to do to make his narrative move. So it's like, Kai, you're dumb.
Like, she's not grasping it at all.
At all. Like, you're saying, you keep saying, like, you owe nothing to Alexia. Alexia needs to be mad at Darion. But then you'll go and then you'll hear everything that Darion said is about you and then be mad at Lex. So, without even hearing a lot of those things coming from Lex's mouth. And also not taking responsibility for your part in the situation. As if she doesn't have a right to feel any kind of way.
It just...
Oof. I mean, like you said, the delusion is real.
So then the host, Miss Egypt, comes back and brings everybody together, kumbaya, and she says, Dr. Nicole, do you have any advice for Darion and Alexia moving forward? Dr. Nicole, you know, she gives this, because God.
Oh my God.
But I'm going to summarize it for y'all. Basically what she said is, heal yourself so that in the next relationship, you'll be a whole person to the next person.
Pretty much.
And then they wrap it up. Jessica and Eric are saying they didn't set a date, but they are building a home in Orlando. And Shon LaRhonda, they haven't set a date either, but they said they're still working on themselves and, building with each other. And that was the reunion.
That's it. That's all. I mean, I don't know. You guys let us know what you think. I feel like this season, I don't know. I don't feel like the couples really got what they came for. Right. Like, I feel like everyone is a little bit in a worse position. Even though two of the couples got engaged, they seem like they're struggling in their relationship.
I didn't really see much progression. Maybe they made progression when they went back home. Right. But like even Jessica said, yeah, I was surprised I got the ring because we were just fussing and fighting and arguing all the way up until, and it's like, you don't see that as a
red flag.
Like, congratulations to the couples. I'm really glad that Lex came with the energy that she did, where it was like, I'm not breaking down crying.
She did.
I'm not overly emotional and, acting crazy and yelling. It's like she got her point across. And she even laughed a little because it's like, now I see, like, this man is ridiculous.
Lex was vindicated in this reunion.
I do not like to see another black woman hurting. But Kai, girl, you walk right into this one, girl.
You did it to yourself.
You jumped out in front of a bus.
See, I hope you learn from this at the end of the day.
That part.
Everybody, it's a teachable moment. You need to learn a lesson. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. When you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can know when we drop a new video. Also, since you made it to the end of this video, leave us some crowns in the comments. At the end of the day, we feel like Lex handled herself like a queen. Although she made a lot of mistakes these 14 years, she got to this reunion and she handled it as she should. So we're proud of you, Lex. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias at Sugar and Spice 88 on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. And we look forward to seeing all of you guys in the next video. Bye.
Good morning.
Good energy.
Today we gon' spread
Good energy.
Today we gon' share
Good energy.
I go to work.
Today gon' be a great day.
Good
Wake
energy.
up, thank God, drink water, meditate.
Good
First
energy.
5 minutes will dictate your whole day.
Good
All
energy.
about that positivity and raising up your frequency.
Good
If you
energy.
negative, you will get removed immediately.
Good
Say
energy.
eat clean, alkaline, nourishing.